Hi, first grade. It's time for your next art lesson. Today we're going to make a spiral picture that kind of looks like a tie-dye picture. I'm not sure if you know what a tie-dye means, but it's different colors kind of swirled next to each other. So it's going to look something like this when we're all done. So you're going to need crayons, maybe 4 colors, and some black watercolor paint. So on this one, I used yellow, green, blue, and this is violet. So you can pick your favorite colors, or you can pick colors you think look nice next to each other. Okay? So the first thing we need, and I didn't say you needed a pencil, but you do need a pencil. We need to draw a spiral. So I'm going to find the very middle of my paper and I'm going to put a dot there. Now a spiral is just a curvy line that keeps curving around. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to curve around until I get to the edge of the paper. And then I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so if you have lines that are really close together, like right here, these are really close. I'm going to erase this and move it over a little bit. So I'm going to make it go more in the middle, like that. All right, so we have 3 spirals coming out of our point. And now we need to use our crayons. So I am going to be using pink and orange and yellow and maybe green. I'm not sure about the green yet. All right, so what I want to do is on the first spiral, I'm just going to take my pencil and it's almost like scribbling. You're going back and forth, just kind of across that whole line. And you want to press kind of hard so that the wax that makes up the crayon comes out onto the paper. So this is really the part that takes the longest because we're going to do it 3 times. And you can make it, you want to make it pretty wide, pretty big. And it's okay because you're going to, it's okay if the colors touch each other, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, so almost done with the yellow. So this is going to give your muscles a workout. So if you need to take a break, you can always pause the video and come back when your arm gets rested. All right, now I'm going to do pink. So the next line I'm going to start going over with pink. And I kind of want it to touch the yellow. Sometimes if you turn your crayon sideways instead of straight up and down, you can go a little faster and it's not as hard to push on. So I know we have some holidays coming up, so you could also think about the holidays and the colors of the holidays. So maybe you would want to do yellow and orange and brown for Thanksgiving. Or maybe you would want to do red and green and yellow for Christmas. Or red and green and silver or gold, if you have those color crayons. Ooh, my arm's getting tired. All right, 2 colors done. And I'm looking at my paper and seeing that there's a lot of white right here. So I actually need to use my yellow to fill that all in. Because yellow was the center color. All right, and now I'm doing orange. And anything that's white now in between the pink and the yellow, I want to fill it all the way with the orange. So I'm making the orange touch the pink and the yellow crayon. Okay. Now, what's really cool about this, too, is it is called a crayon resist. And you heard me say that crayons are made of wax. So when we paint our black watercolor, the water and the paint can't go through the crayon. They can't pass through the wax, so that's why it's called resist. But it's cool because all the little white spaces in here where the crayon didn't cover it all the way, the black paint will soak into the paper there. And that's how you get all those black splotchy marks on it. So now you see how my orange touched all the way at the top, and it's also going to touch all the way at the bottom. Alright, almost done with the spiral part. Now I have a white spot right here, so I could leave it white if I wanted to. But I kind of like that the colors touch each other. So I'm just going to add some more pink and a little bit more yellow to fill it in. And now here's where you have to decide if you want to use another color. So I also said I might use green, and I would put the green in just in these white spaces that are left. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm not going to color it maybe as close together as I did the spiral. I might leave some extra white spaces in there so the black will fill it in. But I don't like it to just be all black, so I'm putting some extra color in. Alright, so whenever you're finished coloring, then you're going to need your watercolor paint. Okay, so I thought I had everything here with me, but I forgot the water. So I am going to grab quickly a water, and I'm also going to grab something called a messy mat. And that is something that I put under my picture when I'm painting so that I don't get paint on the table. So if you have to get something to put under your picture, like a piece of newspaper or a piece of plastic, go ahead and do that. I'm going to grab my water and my messy mat, and I'll be back in 20 seconds. Okay, did I make it? Were you counting? Hopefully I made it in 20 seconds. So you can see we use these messy mats a lot here, and they get very messy. So I have my black paint right here on the end, and I have this really big brush because I can cover a lot of paper quickly with a big brush. So that's what I'm going to do next. So whenever you use watercolor, you have to get your brush nice and wet, and then you put it in the color you want, swish it around. Alright, so I'm going to start in the middle just to show you. You see how the black is getting into all those cracks? And some of it might lay on top of the crayon too, and that's cool because it will dry with those watermarks on top of the crayon. Alright, so I'm just going to keep painting until I have all of it painted all the way to all the edges. So I really like how these look when they're finished. And hopefully you will too. And if you like making this kind of art, you can make lots and lots of these very easily. Alright, so there is my picture. And now all I have to do is let it dry, and then I can hang it up. So I hope you had fun making the tie-dye paper or the spiral art, and I will see you for our next lesson soon. Bye.